Attention, 007.
How do you do?
Very well, thank you.
Who are you and what do you want?
Could be Elton John?
No. The name's Hancock. Nick Hancock.
Nah, I don't know. Does he live round here?
I'm not telling you, Paul. It's a secret. I've got to be careful what I say this week. It's the La Triviatta Spy Special.
I can't believe he's a psychotic.
I'm not. That's just a rumour being put about by my enemies. Now, here's a bit of spy trivia to get us going. Did you know that Mata Hari, the famous German First World War spy, was so concerned with her appearance that she had a special outfit made for her execution?
Oh, I see. Oh, well, yes, of course, yeah.
I don't know what my hero 007 would think about this, but in Toronto he has a church named after him, the St James Bond United Church.
Sure.
I don't expect this will come as a surprise to many people, but in fact Eton holds the record for the school where the most spies have been educated.
If you're a traitor, what does it matter?
Now, watch this clip carefully, and then I'll ask you a very difficult question about it.
Stun gas. Effective range, about 5 feet.
OK, here goes. What tune did Bond whistle to make the stun gas work? I'll give you a clue. It wasn't anything by Gary Glitter.
That's not much to go on.
It was Rule Britannia.
Ah, well, that's that.
It's not all glamour and glory in the world of espionage. Some people do rather unexciting, mundane work. They're doing a job that they're not really cut out for, like Les Dennis. These people can be stationed in a place like Zagreb for 3 years, and they send back messages like, I have reason to believe there's no branch of Halfords over here. Mundane, unimaginative minds like these can do one of two things. They can write sitcoms for Paul Nicholas, or they can move into the shady world of industrial espionage. Industrial spies spend their time reading the I Spy book of stationery and prancing around factory floors looking for the secret formula to a extra-absorbent kitchen roll. They then drift into a world of store detection, depression, and eventually suicide. No glamour, no girls, no glory, no good. As I said, rather like Les Dennis.
This is not fair.
10 examples of spy jargon. Cobbler, a passport forger. Demote maximally, to kill. Music box, a wireless transmitter. Piano concerto, a message. Raven, a male agent employed to seduce women. Shoe, a false passport. Soap, a truth drug. Naked, operating alone. Measles, a murder carried out to look like a natural death. Biographic leverage, blackmail.
Really?
The bullfrog is pretty in the summer months.
And the Tupperware has been burped.
Excellent, well done.
Thank you
How
very
are you,
much.
my dear? You're
I'm
looking
wearing-
absolutely
I'm wearing my
delightful.
top-class spy gear.
It is top-class
It
spy
is nice,
gear.
isn't it? I can't handle that, though.
If you see anyone in good clothes, you've got to think, oh, look, they must be a spy.
Yes, with accessories.
So charming, so feminine, you could fall in love with her.
The Tokyo Office of United Artists translated Dr. No as, we don't want a doctor. Literal translation there,
brilliant.
but very good.
Carry on, James Bond. That sounds a bit
Absolutely.
like.
And in 1960s, the Hilton chain of hotels had an 007 suite for the more adventurous types. I wonder if it came complete with a Bond girl and gadgets and
Probably,
things.
and people coming in and trying to kill you during the night.
Yes.
We had nothing to do with it.
Roger Moore won't sign any contract unless he's guaranteed an unlimited supply of hand-rolled Monte Cristo cigars from Cuba. On one of the Bond movies, the bill of 007 cigars came to £3,176.50.
Is that a truth?
That's a truth.
That's not a fib.
It's not a fib, no.
I love the Bond movies and all the silly things that happen, but I especially like the girls' names in them.
Oh, brilliant.
Pussy Galore and...
Yeah, all those.
All those, but I think we should have some new ones. If I was a Bond girl, I could be Lydia Biscuit Bin.
I've never heard of anything so ridiculous in my life.
My favourite thing in the Bond films are the villains and all of the men that they have working for them. They tend to live on islands and have thousands of accomplices who wear all black.
Yes, do they put adverts in
They
the job
must do.
centre for 3,000 henchmen required to work underground.
Yes. Slightly mad man who wants to take over the world seeks people to work for him.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think I'd rather have a stiff pins.
I like this. This is the doodah.
Oh, yes. You're trimming your eyebrows with it. Is that, I've always wondered what
It's actually stuck to my eyebrow. I can't get it off. Hold on.
You wouldn't make a very good Bond, would you?
I wouldn't, actually.
I think you should audition.
Do you think? Swiss Army knife as well.
Everybody has a Swiss Army knife.
But nobody has a Swiss Army, sadly. So that's a rather useless object.
Something we're making for the Americans.
Ian Fleming? Is it Ian Fleming who wrote the books?
Yes.
Or did he invent penicillin?
I don't know.
I don't know. But he also wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Forgot that one.
So, Bond, there you go.
Well, I'm not convinced.
During the Second World War, Himmler, the head of the Gestapo, seriously believed that the Boy Scouts were a branch of the British Secret Service.
You said it, lady.
And now a real spy scandal.
Christine Keeler, whose relationship with a government minister has caused questions to be asked in the House, like what's her telephone number and does she have any friends? But here's the man who knows, John Profumo, paying a visit to Chelsea Barracks where he's hoping to find a bed for the night because his wife's chucked him out. Oh, what fun. This truly is a Whitehall farce. But hang on, John. Don't drop your trousers yet. You're in enough trouble. And at the airport, it's Keeler mania, as hundreds of sex-starved pressmen try desperately to rub up against Christine, the lovely lady who's licked the establishment. Meanwhile, at Trinity College, Cambridge, the civil servants and politicians of the future are busy with their studies. In this turbulent world, some things never change. Ian Fleming chose James Bond's number 007 because when he worked at the Admiralty, all top-secret signals had the famous 00 prefix. Oh ho.
All right. And here we are at the La Triviatta Connections board, and not surprisingly, nobody got this connection.
No, it's a bit convoluted.
Convoluted, isn't it? Because this is a microphone, and this is Broadcasting House, home of the BBC. And the microphone was invented by Thomas Edison, who also invented the gramophone. And the BBC has the largest record collection in the world.
And if you didn't get that, you must be very, very silly.
Yes. Too difficult. Right, now, Broadcasting House
and Mickey Mouse. Now, what's the connection?
What's the connection?
I think it might be that Mickey Mouse lives in Broadcasting House.
Maybe.
Might be.
Or some mice live there. Send in to this address.
10 Bond girls' names: Domino, Solitaire, Mary Goodnight, Honey Rider, Tiffany Case, Fatima Blush, Kissy Suzuki, Holly Goodhead, Pussy Galore, and Miss Moneypenny.
Never trust a lady.
This man thinks like me.
Spies and Spying. Spies and Spying, Joe. Yes, that sounds like a trade paper, doesn't it, for spies?
There probably is one, actually.
Sure
Spies and Spying. 50p from your local newsagent.
Oh, all right.
I put together a little sentence, right, which I was quite pleased with all the jargon. If you wanted to say, a CIA agent had a woman passenger, he's a radio operator and she's an ex-agent, she's checked his preparations for an operation and his use of radio and gone to the police station, you'd actually have to say, one of our cousins has a fur-lined seat cover. He's a musician, she's a lion tamer. She's checked his plumbing and taken a quick trip round the Horn and gone to the zoo.
You'd be the worst spy in the world. You can't keep your mouth shut for 5 minutes.
A person who works in intelligence is said to be in the game, as opposed to on the game, which most of them are as well,
yes,
I think.
well, I am in this costume.
I never minded a pretty woman in my whole entire life.
I'm sure, in the personal columns, I'm sure these are messages for spies. ML.
Definitely.
Please, not only memories. Come today, 20. LNUA, only you, M.
M?
Yeah.
The M?
Remember, you think he'd have thought of a better name for himself.
It was instinct.
Put the headphones on.
Right.
Put the headphones on. And what we'll do is we'll send out a Morse code message to somebody in another country,
Okay, go on.
Right, okay, here we go. ... dash. The elephant has left its plonker under the doodah. Getting any reply?
No, but I could hear what you were saying, so you should have just done it in code.
Do you understand how hard it is to obtain this equipment?
John Forsyth, perhaps best known as Blake Carrington, was also the mystery voice of Charlie in Charlie's Angels.
Fascinating. Is he a spy?
Yes? You never knew.
It looks like Joe's made a useful contact over in Brookes Nook.
Perhaps he's a celebrity.